You and a friend start the exact same workout routine on the exact same day. You're doing the identical lifts, eating the same meals, and following the program to the letter. 3 months roll by. He's packing on muscle and swapping wardrobes, while you're staring in the mirror at the exact same physique. It's infuriating. It's the kind of plateau that makes you want to cancel your gym membership and blame your parents. You convince yourself that you're just a hard gainer, doomed by bad genetics. But 20 years of clinical research suggests we've been looking at this the wrong way. Your struggle is a scientific reality. In almost any training study, if you look at the raw data, individual responses to exercise vary wildly. Take a look at this hand-drawn graph mapping biological variability. Most standard fitness programs are built exclusively for the big hump in the middle, the average responder. If you fall on the outer edges, those standard routines simply aren't calibrated for you. Standard routines fail when a unique individual applies a mathematical average to their specific biology. To see how this works in a clinical setting, we can look at a 2015 study by Ross measuring cardio fitness. The researchers put a group of people on a standard workout plan. After several weeks, they identified a specific cohort of subjects whose fitness hadn't improved at all, officially labeling them non-responders. But rather than sending them home, the researchers tried an intervention. They took that failing group and doubled the volume and intensity of their workouts. The result was striking. Under the heavier workload, every single person in that non-responder group successfully adapted and improved their fitness. Every subject proved capable of adaptation once they received a strong enough physical signal. This points to a physiological concept known as the dose threshold. What this chart illustrates is every person has a specific minimum workload required to trigger muscle growth. For a highly resistant outlier, this required workload stretches out, demanding up to 3 times the weekly sets to achieve the same physical adaptation. If your personal threshold sits at 20 sets a week and you're strictly following a program that calls for 10, you are simply underdosing. Your body has a biological red line. It is waiting for you to push the engine hard enough to finally cross that specific limit. Muscle growth is a personalized dosage problem that can be systematically solved. To figure out your exact dosage, we can use a 4-step troubleshooting protocol. Step 1 starts entirely outside the gym, addressing your recovery. If you are sleeping 4 hours a night and carrying chronic stress from your job, your body is trapped in survival mode. No training program can force an adaptation when you're operating with a massive recovery deficit. Once your sleep is dialed in, step 2 is experimenting with your training volume, a strategy supported by a 2020 study by Scarpelli. Instead of blindly jumping to a generic high-volume routine, take your current baseline of weekly sets and increase it by exactly 20%. It is vital to establish that solid recovery baseline first, so your system actually has the raw resources available to handle the extra physical stress you're about to apply. Step 3 requires upgrading how you measure your progress. You have to stop relying entirely on the bathroom scale. This image demonstrates body recomposition, where losing fat and gaining muscle results in 0 weight change while drastically altering your silhouette. Step 4 is experimenting with different rep ranges. While averages suggest standard repetition brackets work best, you might find your own muscles only respond to very low, heavy sets, or conversely, high rep endurance work. Ultimately, success here demands patience. You have to treat your training less like a fixed checklist and more like a multi-year science experiment on your own biology. The hard gainer label is a self-fulfilling prophecy, and you need to drop it. Keep testing your limits, keep refining your dose, and if you found this breakdown helpful, hit subscribe and join us here at the